So the general idea is to see if we can transform this rather humble David Wilson Homes garage into a little bit more of a man cave. But it's not just about making it look pretty, it's about keeping the Lotus and all the other things I've got in the garage nice and clean. Anybody who's got a Lotus or any other glass fibre car will know that they tend to attract the dust really, really easily. And as you can see here, when I take the Lotus out of the garage, it's absolutely covered in dust from all the cement dust from the floor. So it's another good reason to get the floor sealed so that every time I want to go out for a drive in the Lotus, I don't have to wash it first. I've already got a few bits and bobs in here that I've put up. I've got my nice RGB poster. I'm going to need to paint these walls though, just to make it a little bit nicer. So I'm probably going to go for white on the walls, fairly standard. I've put a bike rack up to get a few of the bikes out of the way. I've just got the A-bike on here at the moment. Still got to move the fridge out, which is takes up a lot of room. I've started off with a few man cave type things over here. I've got, from when I went to Austin, got an old Ohio plate there, California plate here, old registration off my old Lotus Elise S2. If anybody recognises that, give us a shout. Got a little nice PepsiCo thing here from going back to the future type PepsiCo. And here's my list of things I needed to do to get the Elan back on the road. You can see here it's still got an exhaust rattle. I still need to fix that one. Bulb for the dash voltmeter. I think we've done that one. That's why it's crossed out. Battery clamp. Still need to do that. Need a new battery now as well. The battery's gone flat. Driver's side washer jet blocks. Yeah, we did that. Fuel gauge. I think that's an earthing problem, so I'm going to have a look at that soon. Handbrake switch we fixed. Extras. Heater problem. That's okay now. Battery cut-off switch reposition. Still haven't done that. New lambda sensor. That was the main problem. So that's sorted, and the MOT was passed. What else have we got on here? We've got a couple of memorabilia things here. Got a nice old Monaco poster and a Route 66 as well, which I'm sure most people have got. So really, long way to go. It's still fairly humble, but hopefully we'll be able to sort it out. So let's get on with the floor. Plates and some tin cans, and found the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. Don't know what type of spider he is, but he's very big. So now we've got all the stuff out of the garage, it's time to give it a bit of a sweep, and then I've got to find an old vacuum cleaner, which I think I have in the loft here, which is an old Hoover just up, where is it? Just up there, and then I'm going to use that to get all the dust up, because there's still absolutely loads of dust that's still coming off of this. Okay, so next up is the PVA. So idea is I'm going to use a two-part epoxy paint, but what I'm going to do first to seal it, because there's so much dust, I'm going to use this PVA bond which I bought from Amazon. So this is about 5 litres hopefully, and that should cover this size of garage. So I'm going to put that on in the corners first of all, and then all in the middle to seal it, and then probably leave it overnight to set up. Probably won't take that long, but I'll leave it overnight anyway, and then I'll be doing the two-part epoxy. So let's get going with this. happy with that. Okay, so it's the next day and I've left the PVA to dry for 24 hours. It's come out pretty good. It's nice and sealed. Looks like it's now ready for the epoxy paint. I've gone for a light grey finish. So you can see here we've got the floor saver, we've got the paint which is a light grey, and we've got the resin here which we're going to mix together. So we have to mix. I've got a 2.5 litre tin with the resin as well. So I'm going to do one coat with one and then the second coat with the other. Okay, let's put some gloves on and some nice goggles because it can be a skin irritant and damaging to the eyes as well. Job done. So it's 12 hours later and now all that's left to do is apply the second coat. It looks pretty good. Got a good even finish and it's nice and dry. It needs 12 hours to dry, but I've left it overnight, so let's get going with the second coat. And that's it finished. Looks pretty good. So with all the hard work of the painting finished with the floor and the walls, we've moved on to the next stage of the garage. Is we've put the RGV back in here, and main sign that I've bought is a nice illuminated Lotus sign, which looks pretty good. I've still got to work out the wiring and get that looking a little bit neater running into the roof there, but I've got a bit more of a collection of signs as well that I've bought over the years. I might need a few more though, so I'll order some when I've worked out the spacing. So let's crack on and put these up. So that's the last of them for now, so it's time for the big reveal. Well, there's still more to do, perhaps a few more signs maybe, but definitely some better lighting. Maybe some white LEDs or daylight LEDs, or maybe something a little bit more retro. I haven't decided yet. I hope you like this video and perhaps it's inspired you to smarten up your own garage. If it has, let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more about the Lotus and other car related stuff as well, hopefully. Thanks very much for watching.